So, guys, something happened to me the first day I got to Rabat on a Sunday that I feel like I must speak about. I don't know why, but I'll go straight into it. So, we got to Rabat, and because we did a road trip that took a very long time, we stopped, and then I had to take a taxi to where I was supposed to be, the hotel, the apartment. At that point, I didn't know what it was. Anyways, I got a taxi, the Uber, they call it in-drive here, right? The guy came, picked me up. The distance between where he picked me up and where I was supposed to go to is supposed to take about 10 minutes. We arrived at this location, and then he said, where is the... Because it was just in the middle of some market. And then he came out of the car and said, let me help you go find where it is you're looking for. We walked around that, area. We're asking people questions, and anybody we asked, they would say, no, it's not here. You have to drive another 10 minutes, blah, blah, blah. He picked me up at 5 o'clock. By 7 o'clock, we're still looking for this place. We're driving from one place to another. We get to this place, we'll ask questions. They will say, no, it's not here. You have to drive to this place. This was what we kept on doing. Mind you, halfway into all of this searching, he had an appointment at 6 o'clock, a studio appointment where they even rang him on video call while he was driving to ask where he was. And he said to them, please just give me half an hour. I will come to you. Now, that half an hour even became an extra hour, right? This guy was, speaking their language, because most of the people that he was asking, they didn't speak English. He was obviously having to communicate to them in his language. And then, to cut a long story short, 2 hours later, we find this apartment, with the help of both him asking questions as well as me contacting somebody who represents us from Sporty, and when it was time for him to go, mind you, this guy made sure that I went into the apartment to be sure that this is where I was supposed to be. This guy then said, I'm off. I said, how much do I owe you at this point? I was frustrated. I was angry because of, how stressful it was just trying to find this apartment. And even the people in charge of the apartment who were trying to bring them on phone, they were not picking up. I said, this guy, how much do I owe you? He said, I should pay him for at least the original ride. I said, come on, you've wasted 2 hours of your life. You even missed the whole appointment, a studio session of you, which is meant to be work for you, and you're telling me I should just pay for 10 minutes of driving. I said, no. I brought out all the dirhams, their currency here that I had in my wallet. And then he looked at it and he said, bro, listen, keep, don't worry, it's fine. I said, no, at least still take the money of the first ride, at least. He said to me, bro, you've been through a lot today, I said, it's not just me that went through a lot. You missed an appointment. You were the one who has been asking questions. You've been trying to locate this place for me. At least let me pay you the original fare. And then he said, no. I brought out all the pounds, all the euros I had in my wallet. I said, you know what, just take everything here, because I was trying to be, I knew this guy went through so much for me, his time. This guy said, keep your money. Don't. He said that, listen, if you have any problem here, or if you need help with anything, just call me, let me know. I just feel sad that, this is your first time here in Rabat, and, you've gone through all of this stress. In my head, I'm like, this stress, it was myself and you. Let me at least compensate you for the time. He kept on saying to me, please go and rest. He came, he hugged me, and it was like, please just, go and shower and relax. Guys, I didn't know, at some point tears just ran out of my eyes, because in my head I'm like, what kind of a human being is this? I could not believe that. I don't know why it felt like I had lost faith in humanity, but I could not believe that there are humans who still, till this moment I'm still thinking about Sunday. I added him on Instagram. I said, bro, listen, send me your account number. You know what? Maybe you think that all these my pounds and my dirhams is not enough for me to compensate you. Please give me your account number. I want to bless you properly. He said, no. Listen, he's the one pitying for me that I've gone through a lot. I'm on a wow. I don't want to sound like, maybe you people start saying that I'm looking for every avenue to bash people that come from where I come from. But fact is, I want to ask you, as my fellow Nigerian. Especially when you look at what happens with the story of people that come to do Dirty December in Lagos, right? Tell me, what are the stories that people take back to their various countries after Dirty December? This guy does not know me. I don't know who he is. He's just a taxi driver that even when he came to pick me up, I was even scared because the car that was on the app, it wasn't the car that he came with. So I had to tell one of my friends to say, please make a video of this car that they used in coming to pick me up just in case. I did not know that this guy was going to be my saving grace in Rabat on my first night here. I'm asking you as a Nigerian, what do you think a Nigerian would have done? Do you think there are Nigerians that exist that would have behaved like this guy?